Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
K&K Crochet.
I'm still flying away, but it's okay. It's summer. It is what it is. I'm here. That counts, right? So we were tagged by KS Mom Crochets to participate in, let me make sure, Crochet Craft Cart. Hashtag Crochet Craft Cart. Say that 5 times fast. Woo!
No thanks.
And it was created by Caroline for the Love of Crochet. Caroline. Hopefully I said that right. I'm sorry. Which I'm going to go check out her channel after this because I've never heard of her. And so I'm excited I get to go see a new channel that I haven't seen before. And it says to do a video. It's a tag video. And talk about your crochet corner and your organized, how you organize your crochet corner or your craft cart. And it's the questions were, which I didn't see these before because I hadn't looked yet. What's in your cart? Where do you use and take your cart? What do you dislike about your cart? And how do you utilize your cart? So we're just going to answer all those right now, and the fact that we don't have carts. And I don't have carts because it would drive me nuts. I think everybody's organizational system is different.
For me, it would become a catch-all because I was going to say, on it.
Yep. A cart to me is like a piece of exercise equipment that you get and you start out doing really, really well with it, and then it becomes a catch-all for
it's like
clothing.
A side table for me. I'd end up putting my phone or my water or my snack or whatever, and then it'd never move.
Which I use a side table for my stuff.
I don't.
But I'm going to show you what I use. But when it comes to where I use my cart, well, you'll see in a minute that what I have, and the reason I have it is because my crochet goes everywhere. I mean, there is no place that is my crochet spot. It goes everywhere with me, everywhere. And that's why I have what I have. And what do I dislike about it? It's a cluttered mess right now, and you're going to see because all I did was roll up a little bit of yarn in there and threw it back and thought, we're going to go through it together. And, okay. So Kristen's going to show you hers first. First of all, I'm convinced that this is a way to shame crocheters into cleaning up their mess. I'm convinced it is. Actually, that's just a joke. But I just think it's funny that all of us who've done it, we've been like, oh, well, we need to clean this up and do this and do this and do this. It's funny that it's bringing awareness to, for me, to my clutter. So anyway,
I recently cleaned my room and got all of my stuff in one spot. And a couple months ago, Mom bought these little Dollar Tree baskets, and I had my hair stuff in it, but then it became my crochet basket.
She got a crochet caddy.
Yeah.
So what's in your caddy?
Let's do this one first. In the smallest container, if it will come out. Jeez. I have almost most of my crochet hooks. I have more, but they're being...
Goodness, where'd all this come from?
I know. I have other ones, but they're in bags with projects or on a side table that I did not pick up. In the next two biggest container, I have my mood blanket / notebook with a pen, so I write down stuff because I'm bad at not writing stuff down. Trying to do better. I have my container of buttons from Dollar Tree, and there's currently, hey, 2. What?
I needed some of those the other day.
Well, I had them.
I did not know that.
It also has 2 safety guides in it because I'm working on a project, and that's how I keep track of them. And my little needle container. And then I have 2 little bags. So when because me and her crochet everywhere, so I can throw my my needles and a crochet hook and a pair of scissors in here and take it. And then I have another one, which is from Tank, with a stitch marker from Tank, because you never know when you use a stitch marker, so I can throw stuff in there. This also has a card from Tank and a card from Ella in it to keep them safe. And then, as I was cleaning my room, I found 2 pairs of my scissors.
So she can stay out of mine?
Yes. 2 more pins, and a measuring tape. And that's all that's in mine.
So full disclosure, that's new.
I just cleaned it yesterday, actually.
Normally, that's not what happens.
Okay.
So now we're going to go to mine,
Which is more realistic.
Which is more realistic. So, like I said, I don't have a cart. So I do have a table that sits beside my bed, and it is where my stuff is because it's beside my yarn closet, which we're not going there. The yarn that we have is stored in totes and then stored in a closet. We have a dog who thinks that every ball of yarn is a ball to play with. So, yeah. And she sheds. So, no, it's not happening. So, everything is protected and put away. And it's in clear totes for the most part. Some of the recent ones are not clear, and that's okay. It's alright. They're sorted by color. So, I've said before, reds, yellows, purples, they go together, and orange. And then we have blues, greens, browns, blacks together, and then whites and, you know, some of the neutral colors. So obviously when we pull stuff out, it goes back in, and then sometimes we have to pull it all out. Seems like about once a month, and redo it because we are in a hurry and we throw things together. So anyway, yeah.
Long story short.
Yeah, and there's another video coming out that talks about some of the smaller storage things we use. So I'm not going to go over all that. It's going to be a little redundant if I do. So here's something I got the other day. And I got this to put in. If you saw the sloth. Yeah, look at that yarn barf. You saw the sloth the other day. I got this to put down in the sloth. My husband saw it and thought, oh, that would be pretty to put down in there and put your plant in. Well, it sticks up a little too high. If I made the sloth a little bigger, it would work. But I decided I would throw it over here. And it's become a catch-all of things. This is yarn I have ideas for I want to do. So I've thrown it to the side. This was extra yarn that needs put away in the extra stuff. And this is one that's yarn barfing that came from the Hobby Lobby clearance because I still don't know what I want to do with it. But I have a plan for these two, and it's a project I want to do fairly soon. Well, yeah, it was I don't know. I've got some other colors now. I don't know. So anyway, that sits over here to remind me, and I don't know why that went in there. That's going to go to the side. I think I was going to use that for Christmas extravaganza. So it's going to go to the side for to be put up. How is this already 7 minutes long? Goodness gracious, this will be forever. Yeah. This is sitting over there. This is just, I very rarely sew, but it's over there in case I need to. And also because it has some buttons and different things in it that I might need. Yep. And then I have I have two containers like this. One has beads and this one has buttons. And so that sits there because I'm in a bead and button kind of mood lately. And just about everything is getting some kind of bead or button put on it every time I turn around. So, and then I have the container that you'll see in another video where I store all my extra pieces of yarn that have come from projects for different things. So, this is my hook bag, at least one of them, and it's full of all kinds of paper. This is paper from something I'm using for Christmas extravaganza. If you looked really closely, there was also a Christmas extravaganza project in there that's small. But anyway, I have scissors in there and hooks, and yeah, there's no need to go through all that. They're regular, whatever. Here's another bag. This is the bag that I have condensed down to be, because I have so many, because I have so many in here, and it was hard to find them. I put my favorites in here. And it's a Hot Mess Express. It also has my wedding rings in it. And it has the finger massager I have. And it has my measuring tape and a little pair of scissors and a couple stitch markers. And I think that's it. And yeah. And my wedding rings are in there because if I'm crocheting and I feel like they're going to get caught on something, or if I feel like they're hurting my hands because they're swollen, I will take them off and tie them on a piece of yarn and put them in here. And yeah, I know that's not smart, but I do it anyway because it's quick. My yarn bowl sits over there, and this is from Abigail, and it too has something that came as a yarn wrapper from Ball Band from Christmas Extravaganza. Extra pair of glasses, hook I'm using now. Christmas ornament with my kiddos. A pair of tweezers. This was lip balm from Sunflower Ashley with the bumblebee. Let's see, a mood ring from Tank, and another ring from somebody else, and then this button, which was random. It was something I got at a party store that was having a sale, and it was it's 80s thing. And then I have a safety eye and a couple of backs in here, and that's because when I was cleaning out the other day and cleaning through stuff, I found those. We were cleaning out the bins of buttons and stuff like that, and I found those in there, and they go somewhere else, so they've been put in here, so the next time I'm having my safety eyes out, I can put them in there. And I have a stitch marker that I found inside of a Christmas stocking as we were going through stuff. It was still attached, so glad to have that back. So that's my and it's in my yarn bowl because the yarn bowl sits there, and then if I need the yarn bowl, I clean all that stuff out and use the yarn bowl for the yarn bowl. But as long as it's sitting there, I found it's easier for me to lay things in there because it doesn't get knocked over and things don't get knocked out. And so therefore I don't have to worry about where is this, where is this, where is that. And at some point in time, sometimes I put my wedding rings in there because it is very sturdy and it doesn't get knocked around. And so the things I need the most, I put in there, like glasses. Okay. Then, yeah. Then there's this. See, that's my cart. This is my, knock the computer every which way. That's what that is. This is my catch-all. It actually came to pass because I needed something handy where I could put whatever I was working on separate from all the other totes. Now I do have a tote that has a blanket in it that I'm working on that's separate from everything else, but this became the I might want to do that, or it became the I'm working on that tote. And
easy to access.
Yeah, easy access. I can pick it up and carry it with me because 9 times out of 10, if I really showed you where I like to crochet, I would have to take you outside. And it's been raining and nasty and muddy, and I'm not doing that. We sit around the campfire outside and around the fire pit, and I crochet, and that's my favorite place to be to crochet. And you've seen some of that, I'm sure. I think I've posted some before. But anyway, so now when we cleaned the last time and sorted everything out, which we need to do it again so we can sort through. We'll be doing this week. We'll be sorting through and bagging up and separating Christmas in July. And bagging, I mean like this, because that way we can grab a bag and say, oh, that's for this day, and let's record that, and then we can put it back. And that way I have it separated, and I have it separated out so that in the next little bit after we film, the things that I'm going to donate or gift, I can separate out, because I plan to take 99% of what we've made and either donate or gift for Christmas. So that's what I plan to do with it. So it won't go to waste. So these are in there, and these are in there because the last time we cleaned out, we found these in a cabinet. And these are pom-poms, and they're the ones that you sew the button on and put them on. And I've said multiple times, I'm not a fan. They're okay. I'm just not, I'm not a fan of having to put these on and do this, and I just soon make a hat without it. So these are in there so that I can use them up. Are you a fan of pom-poms?
Nah.
No. So who knows? These may
We'll
even...
attach them.
We'll attach them, or some of them may even go out to somebody else. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is in there because I was going through, I have a bag of sash yarn that is like odds and ends, and this was in it, and it's bulky, and the bag would not shut because of it, and I'm unrolling it, making a bigger mess. Yeah. So this is Bernat baby blanket. Yeah, just white. So I got to figure out something to do with that so I can get rid of it. I think I may have an idea for Christmas extravaganza. These are in there because as we were going through, again, once I found the hat pattern from Spring, or she sent it to me to test, these are some of the colors, the other colors that I wanted to try. And so I got these two out, and I got the other one out. I wasn't sure which one would have the most yardage, and the other one had more yardage, so I used it to check. So I have those because I need to make hats with those. This is in there. It was another scrap ball. It's going back to my scraps. This is my meh for my mood blanket, but I had also, oh, I know what this is for. Never mind. This is for another project for Christmas extravaganza. I have probably more than I'll ever get finished. So I'm going to put it down, and we'll see what happens later, right? All right, then, hold on. Okay, we're back. Sorry, that was a phone call I had to take. So, then there's all kinds of cotton in there, and I don't even know if I used this, but Some of it's new for new projects. Some of it's cotton that I use for Christmas extravaganza. So that gives you a hint about something you might need. More cotton that I use for Christmas extravaganza, and also have another project in mind. More cotton for the same thing. Alright, and then...
From the woman that says she doesn't like, or she didn't like cotton.
It's growing on me. It's growing on me. More cotton. This was cotton that was given to me by Denise, and I've used it, part of it, and here's what's left of it. And yep, that's a Christmas in July thing. This is a bag that has from Ella from No Catchy Name, and it has safety eyes in it, but I had to buy more safety eyes, and when I did, the container for the safety eyes...
Bless you.
Thank you. The container, this is the old container for the safety eyes. The new one's about 4 times the size.
It's huge.
And so these are, yeah.
What we're using first.
Yeah, we're trying to use these little ones. Like the new container has bigger ones, but it won't fit in this pouch anymore because it's huge. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the other ones. I've, put them to the side. I'll probably put them in my other Ella bag. This is from a project I was working on last night, and it's a yarn barf mess. Or is it? I don't know. Anyway, I was using something like this last night. I don't know if this is the one. So this has got to be rolled up and put in the stash. My glue gun is in here because I've been using that a lot. Buttons. This is in there because I want to use this to make stitch marker holder. And, yep, I got that from Dollar Tree. And there's the label from the yellow wine brand I was using. This is in there because I use this to put stickers in that people send me. And so, let's see. We have this from Ella from last Christmas. So see, I put the name and the date. And this one's from Ella. And then I have Denise Crochet sent me that one. Hello Bear, because she knows I love bears. I want to pat one. And she also sent me this. Living Water. I love that. It says, give thanks to the Lord, He is good. And bumblebees. You know how I feel about bees. Also from Denise, Save the Bees. And then there's her personal sticker for her shop, or for her stuff. And that's it. I think I have some more that probably need to go in there. Oh, I have one from Zelda, but it ended up going to Kristen because I think it was a sugar skull, right?
Yep, and it's on...
And those are her favorite things. So one of her favorite... Well, something that she likes, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And then I got these because we bought extra ones after we found those ones on sale. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those, so that's why they're in there. This is in there. You'll see a video about this, I think, this week. Yeah. More yarn that needs to go in my scrap bin. And there's this, which is what I started with, making all my notes for yarny stuff. And then I got a new notebook. Who's that from? This is in there. That's from Abigail. These are in there because I needed those for Christmas extravaganza. And I have this. My daughter got me one day because I love those. And then I have a bigger one of those that I bought. I have more of these that came with. And the reason these are in there is because I was trying to figure out if I'm going to use them or if I'm going to give them away. So I don't know. I have this because I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's just a little piece of fabric. And I'm determined to try and line a bag because I don't know how to sew that well, but I'm determined to try. I have several of these, and these came from Hobby Lobby, and I'm working on a project with those. So, yeah, that's a Hot Mess Express, but all those things have a reason, and it's because I take this with me, and then I can always pull out and anything I need and go with that project and do it. I also have a bag that I take with me. I'm not going to show it. You guys have seen it. It doesn't belong to, it came from my husband's work. It was a bag they gave that has a zipper, and I told you I take it with me every time I go to work. And I put whatever I need to in it. I put my lunch in it. I put my crochet project in it, whatever I'm working on. The reason I'm not going to show it at the moment is because it also has it has some very personal stuff in it, like mail and things I need to go through, and I do that as well. And I put something back in here, and where did I put it?
What?
I don't know what I did with them.
What?
Oh, here they are. I didn't tell you about these. Let's talk about these. And I have this in there. So, sunflowers, and these, and these. And I think there's one more somewhere, but I don't know where. And the reason these are in there, way off camera, the reason these are in there is because I picked those up as thank you notes to send and had really good intentions, but have never sent them. So, if you've ever sent us anything, I'm saying right now thank you, and I'm sorry that I'm so awful at sending stuff and so awful at putting things like that together, and hopefully one day I'll get my stuff together and figure out what I'm supposed to be doing and stop being so far behind. But all that to say, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for watching all the time. And I know this video is long, but that's what happens when you have to go through, like if we went through all the, oh my goodness, but this does help me to know that I do have a little bit of organization, and going through that tote helps me remember the things that I should be working on. But again, my focus is on Christmas extravaganza, and as you saw, there's a lot of stuff in there for Christmas extravaganza that I haven't yet to do. Even though we've reached the 31 goal for 31 projects, I still have other projects I want to do. So we'll see how many we get done. I hope to film this week the ones we do have finished, and then I will feel free to do whatever else I want to do to add to it, and we can add it as we go along, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Hot Mess Express, right?
Yep. But that's how we are.
It is what it is. I know if I had a cart, what would happen? The cart would be overflowing.
Mine would too.
And it would drive me crazy. At least with this, it's contained in a box, and I can go and pick it up and move it, and it's not that big a deal. I don't have to worry that much about it. The same with my yarn. If I had shelving, it would be a hot mess express. I tried that a couple of times. Yeah. I started with a cabinet that had no shelves, and I would just throw it in there or stack it in there, and then I started putting it in bags in there by color, and that didn't work. And then my son bought me one of those outdoor sheds that you use, or you can be indoor too for the garage, but it's the big plastic cabinets that have shelving units in it, have the shelves in it. And that has been wonderful because I took all the shelves out though to put the totes in. I used to have just the yarn in there in bags and stacked on the shelves, and then I got so much yarn that it didn't fit anymore. And so I took it all out and put it in totes and put it in there, and took the shelves out except for the top shelf, which has all of our crafting implements. We do more than crochet, so it has all the other stuff that we use to craft with too. And yeah, that's where we are. That's what our cart looks like. There is no cart. It's a box, and it is a Hot Mess Express, and it is a catch-all and a caddy. Little Miss, I fixed mine. But I fixed mine too. It doesn't look nearly as bad, and this extra yarn is going back to the scrap bin that I have, which I've been using a lot of for Christmas extravaganza, and you might too. So anyway, we hope you have a great day. This has been a long video. It's one I'm going to have to splice together, which you know we don't normally do. I don't do editing any longer. I used to, but I just find it's a waste of time. You get us how you get us, and we are what we are, and I really just don't care about errors and that kind of thing. We're not perfect, and it makes us who we are, and we're not flashy. And I have started doing the little intro things on the thumbnails, but that's about as far as it goes. I'm not fancy, and I'm not going to take that. Takes time away from crochet, and it takes time away from doing what we want to do. So I'll do the little thumbnail things, but as far as like editing and fancy stuff like that, I can do it. I just don't want to, and to me the errors aren't that important to cover up. We are who we are. We're real. So anyway, have a great week. I hope you had a great weekend with family or by yourself, or however you like to do it.
Enjoying your crochet time.
Exactly. And I hope everyone was safe and stay safe. And for all those who are going through flooding issues right now, we're praying for you that everything will turn out okay. I know that was a big deal, not in our area, but adjacent to us this weekend. So, and we still may get some as the waters flow from other areas down to us. So we'll see. But anyway, have a great week. Don't forget to be kind, because
you don't let anybody else's journey.
That's right. And you don't walk in their shoes. So, bye. You gonna say bye?
Bye. I thought it was already off.